live. It says on the overlay, going live.
Going up to the stream in the sky. Stream in the sky.
You have to sing to the stream. It's how it works.
Hey, it seems we're on.
Seems we are. It seems we're working.
Seems so.
It is time for me to tweet the details of said we are live.
Okay, sounds good. I need a haircut badly. It's haircut time.
You know what I just thought of when you did that?
What?
It's haircut. It's haircut time.
When my follicles are long, you know it's time for haircut time. Woo. Yeah, girl. You know, it's been about 6 weeks. Yeah, since I came in your door. I sat down in that chair. And you come up behind me, put your hands on my shoulders like, it's haircut time. You drape that cloth over my shoulders, and you know what time it is. It's time to get real. I don't know. We're going somewhere with it.
It's time to get real snippy, baby.
Yeah. You want a little off the top? Ooh, yeah. You know how I like it.
It's haircut. It's haircut time. This is how we spend our Thursdays.
Do you want some gel?
I know how you like it.
Yeah.
Oh man, that whole video does not it will never fail to make me crack up. And if you don't know what we're talking about, you need to go Flight of the Conchords business time and go see that. Let's drop everything you're doing right now. Go to YouTube and search for Flight of the Conchords business time and listen to it.
It's the whole Flight of the Conchords thing is really cool if you've never heard of it, but it's a very very cool show and very great musicians in that series.
Yes. It is. Oh man, just that whole song just makes me smile. Oh, happy Thursday, everybody! It is
happy Thursday.
It is currently the temperature's actually going up. It is. It has been a balmy 17 degrees for most of the day here in Minnesota. Ooh. And it snowed on Monday and snowed. Well, actually, what it did is it hit almost 60 degrees and then it rained and then it snowed and everything just froze underneath the snow. So the roads were destroyed for the last couple days. They've just been a mess of potholes and ice potholes and slippery spots because the salt can't melt it because it's too cold. And it's just where did winter? Winter.
Winter is here.
Winter made its grand entrance after I think it was almost 60 degrees in December, which is unheard of,
Yeah.
Here. So yeah, and it'd been 40 degrees, 45 degrees. I'd been walking around and be going to the gym without my jacket. Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah. I still wear shorts to work, but I have a jacket. And I was walking into a business today for work, and one of the guys that was walking out was like, "Oh, we got a serious man over here. He's not wearing his pants. He's sitting over here wearing shorts." I'm like, "Yep, it's not that bad." But it's supposed to get down to 24 tonight here, and then high tomorrow 45, but Monday high of 67 and sunny.
And you wear your shorts again.
Yeah, well, I don't have work pants yet, so I will be wearing shorts to work tomorrow.
In the 45, 23 degree.
The 24, and I have to be at work an hour early because I have to do stock counts. So I'll be outside for a half hour doing stock counts in the weather like that.
Dang.
But, it'll be all right.
Dang, that's gonna be cold. I'm on double layers right now, and I've been, cold all day. Got back from the gym. I was like, I'm so cold after sweating and then going outside, and the
sweat freezes.
I hate that. That is the worst. Like you get outside, you're all sweaty, and then you go, it's like, oh, cold. So look at this lovely chat room. We've got Natani, we've got Draven, we've got Colin, we've got Tiber, we got Kaya, Bim.
Hello, Bim.
We got you guys. How's it going? We're so glad to be back. I'm very sorry about last week. It's we'll explain everything as we go when we go live.
Excuse me.
We shall explain.
Yes, we will.
Today is the 7th. Yes, I do have that correct. It is 2:53. I do have that correct. Yes. Yes. Teens sound great. Yeah. No, in the teens is usually around like I think it's like minus 11 or so Celsius. I'm still working on the whole conversion thing.
Yeah, 15 degrees Fahrenheit is negative 9.5 C.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
-9, -11, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Whereas 15 degrees Celsius is 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's
just what it'll be by you.
Little cooler day, but still good.
Yeah. I was talking to Battle Panda the other day. He's like, it's going to be 38 here. And I'm like, oh, that's cold. And then I realized what he was saying. It's like, oh. Now do the translation for 38.
Yeah. Yeah, the -40 is where they meet up, yeah.
-40, yeah.
I don't want it to be -40 for either of them.
No, neither of us want that because that hurts. That hurts. You do get 0 there? Yeah, that's cold, especially because you don't have a lot of winter gear. It's not like, all the stuff that I have to haul around when I go outside right now because everything is all iced over. I have to wear my snow boots going outside. Mm-hmm. Otherwise I'll slip. So going out is a pain because I have to leave the snow boots in the garage because they're icy. You don't want to bring them in the house. So I have to go downstairs and put my shoes on the stairs with my cold boots that have been sitting out in the garage because it's awful. I don't want to go out. I don't want to go outside.
I did get that WoW bomber jacket though that's on sale right now at the gear store. I like it. I like it a lot. It's not very thick, so I think it's a bomber jacket designed for people who live in California that get cold at 60 degrees.
You're like,
so it's not very thick. I was like,
perfect for you.
It's like a second t-shirt, but that's fine because it looks cool. It's weird because I normally wear a 2X shirt, but I guess I'm so broad and the sizing is so weird. I bought a 3X because all the reviews said that they ran small. Yeah. So I got a 3X, and it was still too tight.
Really?
So I had to, so I bought the 4X and it came in, and I'm returning the 3X because I was like, it'll take like weeks to get it exchanged. So I was like, I just buy it and then they'll just refund me the rest.
Yeah.
And the 4X fits.
Good. Yeah.
And this, and this almost kind of plays into thing, but I got the hat too, the light up hat.
Yes.
Even though I don't look good in hats, it was like $8. Instead of, I looked at this last BlizzCon when they previewed it, $50. So I was like, no way. No way, $50, but $8? Yes, I'll take it.
Yeah,
$50 is
I
fine.
thought about it for a hot second, but I see that it's a molded front, and I look like shit in a molded front hat. So
I don't even know. I'm not much of a hat guy, but I have a hat for work, and then I have this hat, and these are the only 2 hats I have.
Yeah.
So
the HGC hat that I got is a molded front, and I just look like I have the biggest forehead ever, so I just don't wear it unless I was gonna wear it backwards, and I look a doofus. So it's like, ugh.
So,
teen temps give you a reason to wear your CTR hoodie. I know, right? That's the best.
Did you see that they've got Overwatch League merchandise at the gear store now?
I did.
I was like, crap! Now I have to pick a team.
I know. Well, now that's why the preseason is going on. You just have to see who you like and see who you want to root for. So,
well, based on purely aesthetics, I was going to do the Dallas Fuel because they're closest geographically.
Yeah, they're probably going to be like the super team.
But when I saw the Houston Outlaws logo and their color scheme of green and black, I was like, oh, that's awesome. It's like 2 guns, like looks like the Longhorns, like a Longhorn cow skull. Yeah. I was like, that is so cool. Ah, I may have to go down to Houston now.
Gee, just a short little drive, right?
Short little 8-hour drive or
Or,
a
a
30,
short little
30
drive.
minute flight.
You can go see the buttress. He lives in Houston.
That's true.
Hmm.
Yeah, and actually, when I go to PAX South, I'm contemplating on that Saturday just going in, getting my badge, going and getting my pin, my T-shirt, just my merch, and then driving down to Corpus Christi because in Pokemon Go there are two Pokemon that spawn below 29 degrees north latitude, and so I'd have to go south. Well, San Antonio, I could possibly get one of them, but the other one is at like 30 is no, the other one is like 27, 26 degrees latitude. So you have to drive. And I've looked at Texas boards to see, guys, where is the line of demarcation? Where do I have to go? So I'll drive like an hour and a half south.
Oh my
of San
gosh!
Antonio
To go catch a Pokemon.
catch Pokemon. I might do it. Well, no one else is going with me, so I hate being in big places by myself.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. I'd rather do it with people. And since I'm going down there by myself, room by myself, and so I'm like, I like PAX South, but I may just do the thing for a little bit. It's only an hour and a half, 2 hours most drive. So the afternoon, I'll just go down there, catch the two Pokemon, and also catch them for both my coworkers, and then come back up to San Antonio and see the other stuff.
That's
so
hilarious.
We'll see. That's my current plan, though.
Wow.
Is to try for that.
That's awesome.
It'll be the farthest I've driven for a Pokemon by about a half hour. So almost the longest drive, or just over the longest drive.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Well, at least I'm not flying to Europe.
Yeah, just to go
one.
catch one and then come back.
Yeah. And I've talked to MacGyver about. Well, I need to talk to MacGyver and Natani about possibly a Kangaskhan, but they need to stop bringing out new Pokemon while I'm trying to do that. Gen 3 launches like tomorrow or Friday.
Oh, geez.
50 more Pokemon to catch, but luckily they're just out and about.
Okay.
So anyway,
so you don't have to travel like special places.
No, not yet. Well, they're adding weather too.
Oh.
Yeah, so when it rains, more water Pokemon will spawn. When it's sunny, more fire and grass. All these other ideas. So anyway,
that's funny. All right, chat room. I'm gonna ready check you guys.
Game I play.
Ready check in the chat room to see how you guys are doing. Are you ready for a show?
And I would like at least 6 of them to Tani if they spawn as frequent as I've heard. That way I could have a whole team of 6 of them.
Just to, like, team them up.
Just team of Kangaskhan, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, Bim, get ready. 50 more Pokemon in Gen 3 are launching this week.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
Stretch. All right. Are you ready, sir?
Make sure my phone's on silent. Yes, it is.
Chat room looks like they're ready. They're ready for a poll. So we'll do a show. I think that sounds like fun. Let's see here. Okay. Tauren Think Tank episode 253 records in 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to Tauren Think Tank, the podcast about the Blizzard gamer behind the keyboard.
It's episode 253 of Tauren Think Tank. Today is Thursday, December 7th of 2017. It is 8:12 p.m. Central Time. My name is Jules, and with me, as always, is the man in the red shirt. But don't be afraid, because he's just fine. It's Marconin.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Good evening. And unlike the red shirts from the original series, I will be alive through the entirety of this episode.
Thank goodness. Please.
Thank goodness. Yes.
I mean, I didn't want to like confuse you with like the WoW red shirt guy because
that's true. Yeah.
But I don't know which would be worse in this case.
I don't know. I mean, he's pretty famous, and the other red shirts are dead.
Yeah.
So, between the two, I might rather be red shirt guy than like, oh no, there's a weird anomaly on the planet's surface. Captain Kirk, who are we gonna send? We're gonna send Spock, Bones, Uhura, Sulu, and Ensign Rick. Ensign Rick's dead. Ensign Rick is gone. Tyra in the chat room said, "Don't go on any away parties."
Yep.
Yeah, no way missions for me. I'm staying on the ship.
Yes. Well, you've got a beautiful bright red shirt on today, and it was it was right there. So I took it. I took the opportunity. And we are back for another episode of the illustrious Triple T. And it's been 2 weeks, and I'll explain why that's been in just a moment. But first, we start with Mark Honan to see how things have been these last 2 weeks.
I totally forgot to turn on the Christmas lights behind me.
Oh, you put them up!
I put the little string up. You can't see them because the lights are not turned on. I forgot to do that before the show. So I'll remember for next week.
Okay.
But yeah, we're full swing into the holiday season, folks. 4 alarms. Everything's going. We're like 3 weeks till Christmas. Everything's going banana sandwich everywhere. So it's in full swing, and I'm feeling it because I'm working longer hours at work, and but still doing good. Still enjoying the job. Still enjoying getting to essentially be Santa Claus every time I go to a person's home. Be like, "Hi, I brought cool things."
And I'm putting them up on your walls and in your ceilings.
Putting them together, and all this stuff. And so I've told a couple of them, like, yeah, it's kind of nice. I feel like Santa Claus every day. And that gives them a little chuckle. So yeah, there's potentially some moves going on at work, and I might have an opportunity to move up a rung in the ladder. So, so send positive view things that way.
Good vibes.
If you'd like. So yeah, that's way off on the horizon though. But it's something I'm preparing for just the same, all the same. But I'm trying to think what else. My mind is mush from all the work.
I know. It's just been, it's the holiday season. And we should probably say this too. I mean, we normally do a holiday song for the show. And I think this year we've just decided that it's a tough time of year to try to be creative.
It really is.
Mark Honan
really
is working. You're working so many hours. It's tough. And so I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't count on us doing that this year. Just to kind of set your expectations, guys.
Yeah. Just to let you know a couple weeks ahead of time. Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Because it's tough to try and balance all of that stuff. And so that's why we said, okay, probably not, but. You still get the presence of us for the holidays. Yeah. So
yep, we still get to talk to those in the chat room and those that write in every week, and that's a gift that keeps giving the whole year.
Yes. So, So what else? Anything going on in game or?
Well, we of course, Antorus: The Burning Throne is out.
Yes. Are you rating?
Yes, we went in on Monday night and we got the first 2 bosses down and the third boss down to 31% on the best attempt. It's interesting fights. The first 2 fights, cakewalk. Those 2 they just give you. But the third fight involves people getting in vehicles and pods and doing abilities and doing all these different things. And of course, because I like to do new stuff, I volunteered as one of the pod people. And so I got in the pod and was putting the things down on the ground and doing all the stuff. But it was really challenging. We ended up having a lot of people that couldn't make it, so we had to fill in with a few pugs, even from outside the guild, just random people on the random group finder that we had to get. But we got the first 2 bosses down, and it was fun. So
nice.
So far, I'm really enjoying Antorus. I'm digging it, and I can't wait to see what the rest of the raid's like. And yeah, of course, every week there's a mount that drops off the second bosses, the Core Hounds, or the Hounds of Sargeras, and it drops in LFR. So, I'm going to be doing LFR every week, at least up to the second boss. Try and get that mount. So, slowly finding more things to catch.
Yes.
So, yeah. I did catch the Vile Fiend off of Houndmaster Carax. Houndmaster Carax, yeah. Got that Vile Fiend. So
nice.
Oh yeah, and of course Draven got that mount on Tuesday. Oh yeah, of course you did. Of course you did.
Of course you did, Draven.
Of course you did, Draven. I knew it. Congratulations.
I've been, I haven't raided for the last, so I didn't do Tomb of Sargeras at all. I didn't raid that. And this one, of course, I'm not geared for anything like that. It's just like it's strange to not be doing anything related to raiding because it's been so long since I've done that. Like I've done it for so long. So yeah, maybe I'll get the bug again at some point to go raiding again. Yeah. Maybe. We'll see.
Well, yeah, you never know. I mean, there's always, there's always plenty of people in guild to raid with, so you won't have a shortage of people to raid with.
Oh gosh, no, I'm glad for that. At least to convert to raid, will be like, "What? Are you coming? Come raid with us." I had people bugging me like towards the end of Tomb, which has just like come to an ahead of the curve one, and I'm like, nah. I'm not geared. I haven't played in like 6 months, so
that's okay. When I did my ahead of the curve, I died like 30 seconds in.
Did you really?
And so I just, oh yeah,
I remember this. I do remember this.
Yeah, I got knocked off the platform right away, and I'm like, don't. Well, I guess I'm not going to contribute. And so I just watched the rest of the fight, and I'm like, oh, that's a really cool fight that I'm not in.
That I'm
awesome.
Not participating in at all.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I got that ahead of the curve.
That's
by
funny.
Standing off the platform in the air for 9 minutes. Awesome.
So awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, that's, it happens. People fall off platforms all the time.
Yeah. I've fallen off many a platform in my raiding career. Trust me.
Yeah. Did you hear about the elevator in Antorus?
No. Yeah. I've heard that there's something elevatory that is really, really mean.
Well, in the entire history of WoW, when there's an elevator and you miss it, well, you just stand underneath it and you wait for it come all the way down, then you jump to get onto it, and then you go up.
Right.
Well, if you stand underneath this elevator, it would do pretty much the exact same thing that would happen in the real world if you were to stand underneath an elevator and it would come down on top of you at like 10 feet per second. You die. And it makes a squishing sound. It squishes you.
The elevator is now sentient, and it now knows that you can't jump through the elevator.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it one of the ones that like falls through like if you jump and you miss it, like you're gonna die if you hit the floor too? Like
no, well you start at the bottom.
It's going up.
You go up the platform. Yeah,
gotcha.
You go up.
Okay.
Yeah, like Bim said, best elevator boss ever. So yeah, that's. And it kept happening. It happened like the first 3 times we went through there on the during the raid. One person would die to it. I was like, oh, he died. And then we wiped on the boss. And then we came back through. And of course, they put you behind that. So you have to keep going up the elevator every time you wipe. And people kept dying to it. I was like, yeah, guys, really, you can't do that.
This is why I've always liked being a druid, because then I could switch to cat form and minimize my falling damage. So it was just like, that was the best thing. It was like, oh, I'm falling, cat. And then I'm like, oh, half health instead of dead. So
that's how I feel every time I'm going down, 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 slow fall.
Yeah.
Everybody else is dead, and I'm just slowly floating down like, hello, friends.
Nah, secretly you're going,
and this is why the mage is the best class ever. I can be anywhere and everywhere at once. I cannot die from falling.
Yes, you can if you forget to cast slow fall on yourself.
Well, maybe that's happened once or twice.
Bim said, I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Actually, I watched that. That's on Netflix now.
It is on Netflix. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is now on Netflix if you have a Netflix subscription. Yeah. Little side note. Yes. So raid's good, and you've been enjoying that. Anything else?
Am I forgetting something?
No, I'm not loading the question. I'm not loading the question.
I didn't think so, but yeah, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, that's about it. It's kind of boring. Mostly work and then work. Bought a new mattress. Hashtag
nice.
Adulting.
Nice.
Bought a new mattress over the weekend. It was a Christmas present from my wife and I. It's one of those foam ones that you get in a box, and then you just like cut open, and then it just.
Yeah, is it one of those like mail order ones that you get?
We got it from Sam's Club, but same idea.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's I like it.
Awesome.
I don't feel so like rickety and stiff when I wake up in the morning. That old person talk. I don't feel so bad waking up in
I
the
know.
morning.
I
I
know.
like the mattress now.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
When I worked at my my job at the furniture store, sorry, I got a very, very, very good discount on a Tempur-Pedic mattress as an employee, and I will never not love my mattress. Like, it is the most comfortable thing in the world. So yeah, I swear. But it's those things are crazy expensive, but they are worth it. So, because man, sleep is so important. And as I'm doing all this nutrition and health stuff with Nicole and Tim from Heroes of Fitness, the sleep part is so important. Like, it's literally one of the major components of like good health, and
Oh yeah.
and we suck at it as as a
Yes,
society. We suck at sleep. So yeah,
Yep.
it's pretty
Ever
funny.
since we invented the electric light bulb, we have
I know.
sucked at sleep.
We just suck at sleep. So well,
But
cool.
yeah, that's that. I mean, that's a long explanation of what's been going on with me. But I know equally as much. Well, I would say more has been going on with you. So how's it?
So
Give the guys a little update.
I wanted to let you guys know why we didn't have a show last week. If you followed Twitter, you saw it. But it's a pretty well known fact that I have 2 cats, and one of my kitties, which I would probably consider to be the older one, even though they're probably about the same age, Spike, had been not doing well for a bit. He's always been a very overweight cat, very anxious. He eats a lot. It's, mom's had problems controlling his weight. And over the last probably 5 months or so, he has started to like slowly lose weight. And I didn't change anything as what I was doing. He was just eating less on his own. And so last week, Monday, or actually no, it was over the weekend, I was really starting to notice some changes in behavior, and he didn't look good. He just didn't look good. He looked like he was in pain, like uncomfortable. So I called the vet, and I have to have a vet come to my house. I have to call a mobile vet service because I can't take him out of the house. You guys have heard the stories of the things that have happened when I've put him in the car. It is a a literal shit show. So, vet came. We had to sedate him so that we could take blood because he was so anxious. And the blood tests came back and say it's inconclusive, but they basically say that he either has liver disease or something related to his liver. And he's had a lot of issues. This cat has been sick his entire life. And there's not a whole lot I can do. So this is the hard part. So last week was really tough. Had to make some decisions to just try to make sure that he's going to be able to just do what he can until he can't anymore. And so, because there's not a whole lot that we can do without spending a ton of money on tests that will pretty much tell me what I already know, which is this isn't going to be fixable. So, it's been hard. It's been very hard. He's only 6. He's only 6 years old. And, so yeah. He's been doing okay. But he's been losing more weight, and it's probably going to be not too much longer. So that's why we didn't do a show last week. I was not in a state of mind to help other people because I was just trying to help myself,
Yeah.
If you've been a long time listener to the show or even a short-term listener to the show, I think you guys all know how important our pets are to Marconan and I. They're our children. And so this stuff really sucks. It's the hardest thing that you can do as a pet owner. And it's just, yeah. So it's been rough. He has not been eating very much at all. I actually managed to find something that he will eat tonight and ordered a whole bunch of it to arrive tomorrow because he wound up eating a ton of it tonight. And I was like, oh my gosh, you haven't eaten like this in forever. So, yeah. So next week, I have a trip to New Jersey planned to go see Mama and Papa Jules for the holidays. And that trip is kind of up in the air at this point. Papa Jules called me today and we talked about it. And he just said, look, we know that this could be a possibility. And we know that if something happened and you were gone, you would be wrecked. And I was like, yeah, I would be. So our show schedule is kind of like unclear. Like if things go like normal plan, I won't be here Thursday, so we may do the show early. If not, maybe we'll do the show Thursday. I don't know. We're gonna have to kind of play this one by ear, guys.
Yep. So
that's the reason why we didn't have a show. I'm so sorry, and I know you guys understand. But to kind of lighten things back up a little bit, it's been a hard week. There have been some really good things for the last couple of last like week or so. Just like, so big projects that kind of came up and went like flying out, like the Convert to Raid Winter Veil celebration, which is now out. Lots of prizes being given away. Chat room, thank you guys so much. I can see your messages of support and they mean the world. I didn't want to like be a sobbing mess on this show because I literally have been a sobbing mess for days. And so I try not to do that here. But the big projects coming into play and like coming out and being introduced to the world, which was great. It is really hard to run a sweepstakes, you guys. Like I've learned so much about how to put together a sweepstakes and official rules and all the things you shouldn't do and all that stuff. And so got to go to converttoraid.com and check that out because I've been working on that for weeks and now it's out there and you guys can have like a month long time frame to win a bunch of prizes. So go check that out.
Yeah, definitely do that.
The other good news, and Marcona doesn't even know this yet, is that I did another segment for the HGC recap for Nerf This podcast, and I am now the official HGC correspondent for Nerf This.
Holy crap! That's awesome.
Know.
I was have a round of applause on the soundboard.
I think I do. I don't know where it is, but
yeah.
Oh, there it is. Wait. There it is.
Yeah. There
yes. I mean, I don't have a lot to do at this point because there's no games going on right now, but so I will be a recurring contributor to the Nerf This podcast. And so it was like, that's awesome. Thank you. Like, gotten really awesome tweets from people who were listening and really appreciated what I had to say. And it was like, yes, this is super cool. So really good news. Yeah, so there's been good stuff. And so that's the update on everything. I will really quick mention this too. If you guys are in the Minnesota Twin Cities area, we are having a meetup this Sunday for the group that gets together every once in a while. On Sunday, starts at 2:00 at the Uptown Barcade in Uptown Minneapolis, and then we're going to the Herkimer afterwards. Herkimer.
Uptown and the Uptown.
Yeah, it's I know it's a Sunday, so it's not really awesome for people who are driving from a distance, but if you live in the area and you want to come meet a whole bunch of people who live in the Twin Cities area, me and Pat Crane and a bunch of other folks there, we will be there. So it's going to be awesome. We're excited.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Yeah. See, Queen of the North is going to be there. It's awesome. Yeah, your wife and I are going to be there. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we're going to do that. We'll play some video games. We'll drink some beer and we'll have some fun. So it's our little holiday meetup. Okay.
That is awesome.
What else? Anything else that I need to talk about? No. we're gonna do the show, and we have a discussion topic that has come in from a listener, and I'm gonna play the discussion topic. Bob, or which one is it? This one.
Let's kick around some ideas, not gnomes.
Ah, that poor gnome.
All the time.
Every single time. Okay. So we got this letter. Actually, this came to me yesterday in a private message. And I'm not going to use the person's name because I don't know if they want me to. But it is a female, so we'll do Katie Derry as our female anonymous listener. And we'll say this. Hi, Triple T. I'm having a lot of real-life troubles. One thing after another, and it's getting me down. There's nothing you can do about that, though, but I let money slip away over the years, and now that I need it, it's not there. Lack of money causes so much heartache and trouble in our lives. In time, all my money issues should change. My house will be paid off in 5 months, but I'm also paying off a $10,000 roof repair. My bathroom needs repairs. My cat was just diagnosed with almost certainly cancer. The surgery costs $3,500, and the money I had saved for retirement is all gone. My insurance company is jerking me around asking me for more money, and my internet provider says that I'm using too much bandwidth, so they'll start charging fees for how much I go over. My health is starting to go, and I shouldn't retire for another 5 to 7 years, if then. I'll need to stay employed as long as I can for the steady income. I just wish I hadn't made bad financial decisions when I was young and had some now to spare. Most of my money went to things like eating out a lot, flying to visit distant relatives and friends a few times, giving friends money, and the 1,000 little things that we end up buying and end up in a closet piled up somewhere. Now that I'm older, I have budgets and know mostly where my money is going. I paid off all of my credit cards years ago, but the little unforeseen emergencies like medicine if you get sick, or cats that get sick, or a tire that goes out in the car, they're piling up. And this is from our anonymous writer. So, yeah. A lot, like, there's stuff in this letter I'm like, oh, I can relate to that. And,
yeah.
And the number one thing I think I can relate to in this letter is that lack of money causing so much heartache and trouble. Like, man, that rings true.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think it does.
True.
I think it does for all of us that work for a living.
Yeah.
And that have, paychecks and bills. There seems to be not enough of one and too many of the other.
It's very true. And, I for a while, I lived a life where I didn't have to worry about money because I had 2 incomes in the household, and they were good incomes, and everything was pretty much a steady flow. And, I miss those days. I miss those days of, but I've always I am very fiscally conservative. That's my nature. Mm-hmm. I was very lucky to be raised by fiscally conservative parents. So learning the value of money for me was like super important because I went to a college where most of my classmates were pretty rich.
Yeah.
So a lot of them had the ability, they didn't have to have jobs, and they had cars that were bought for them. I didn't have a car when I was in school, ever. I didn't have a car the entire time I was there. And I didn't actually own my own car until I was out of school, like out of college. And I was actually like, when I moved out of college, I went and I moved from Pennsylvania to Chicago, and I was living with my, now ex-husband. So that was like, it was just like,
yeah,
fiscally conservative. So it's just been one of those things where I have always just been really very, I've had a tight hold on my money, Mm-hmm. So but I get it. Like I feel like there's always, like right now I'm in that position, excuse me, right now where I do have savings to be able to back me up. But a very large vet bill that, having the vet come to the house, number one. Number two, I went to the doctor, and insurance, when you're self-insured, don't get me started because it's horrible. And I spoke to a doctor for less than 15 minutes. They didn't even do an exam. They examined me. Nothing. We talked about what was going on. And the bill came back, and it was $300 to talk to a doctor. And my insurance covered 70 some odd dollars of that. So it's like, I look at that and go, well, I didn't have that $500 extra sitting out there just waiting for, my month was not including that.
Yeah.
So, damn it. That is not what but that stuff happens, your tires go out and, and things happen. Mm-hmm. And so I have an emergency fund in case that happens, but I don't like having to keep tapping the damn thing because that's what keeps happening right now. I just keep having to hit the emergency fund. And so what happens if you don't have that, which is what our writer is saying?
Well, it seems like, and there's a lot of negatives in the letter about things that are going wrong. But you do have, you have one thing that is, or a couple of things that are going really well. Your house is almost paid off.
Right.
So that'll be a huge financial, drain that you won't have every month at that point. And you know how to budget and you understand where you are now. Those are the two biggest things. Is you've got one of the most expensive things we ever buy in our lives, if we ever become homeowners in our lives, are the house.
Yeah.
And you're almost done paying that off. And then you've got the knowledge of being better with money than most, because I for the most part I'm pretty fiscally conservative on the big things.
Yeah.
I don't go for broke. I don't have I have some credit card debt, but not, I have friends that are in huge amounts of debt.
Yeah.
I have a friend, she ended up getting a doctorate, and now she's like almost $500,000 in debt because she went to like private college, private master's school, and then went to get her doctorate.
Yeah.
And so now, granted, she has she has a high paying job, and that's how people pay off those things. But even she said that she doesn't think she'll ever pay it off. That she's like, they'll be getting money from me till I die because of that.
It's
and there's
insane.
it is. And, and there's a whole argument to be made about the price of college and everything like that. But there's a lot of, I've bought some dumb stuff in my life. I bought an Alienware laptop back in college. It was like $2,000, and I used loan money for that, which it got me through school.
Yeah.
So it did the job it was supposed to do. But, I'm paying off those loans for the next couple decades. But, I got a lot of good, college debt, I think, is sometimes can be classified different than credit card debt, because if you play it right, you'll pay off. In theory, your college loans will pay for themselves if you end up getting a job in the career field and yada, yada. Whereas credit card debt is just like, it's different. Like I needed new tires. I needed this, or I wanted this. I wanted this vacation or this thing. And, a lot of people make dumb decisions with their money. But like I said, you've got you've got two big good things going on.
Yeah.
And man, I'm very sorry about your cat as well, because just like Jules going through something similar. I lost my cat Harley last year, and it's and that's still tough to think about.
Right.
About wanting to help. What's worse? Sorry, little side tangent. What's worse? Your cat being sick and not being able to help, or your cat being sick, you could help but you can't afford the help.
Yeah.
That's the thing that could keep me up at night if I thought about it too much.
I know. Well, and and when you talk about a cancer surgery for a cat at $3,500, you don't even know if it's going to make it is this a completely successful thing. And you know, I could go through all of that kind of stuff even now with Spike, go through a whole bunch of tests. And I'm like, I can't do that because number one, I don't have that money to spend. And if the chances, and that's why I had to ask my vet, I'm like, let's go through all these tests. Okay, great. What are we trying to find out? What's, you know, oh, well, we're just trying to get a diagnosis to pretty much tell us what we probably already know, which means it's not going to be a good outcome. And that's where I tend to be very conservative with my money. It's like, you know, you have to make these tough and horrible decisions, but know that, you know, if it were a situation where it was like $3,500 and your cat's going to have another 10 years, it's like, oh boy, then, you know, what do you do?
Then you're like, well, that's $350 $350 a year. But then that's not a guaranteed 10 years, and you're going to kind of parcel it out like that. But
yeah, so you have to look at all of these things when you're making these kinds of decisions. But in any case, what I think is really it's I think what's harder is to like sit there in a position like she's in now and feel like if only I had done XYZ to put me into a better position, if only I hadn't. Well, okay. That's fine. You can have regrets and wishes, but it doesn't change the current situation. It doesn't fix what's now. Those decisions are in the bank. They're made. Yeah. They ain't changing. So the only thing that you have in your power is to move forward and try to formulate a plan of attack. Of like what it is that you need to do. You know, the toughest part of all of this is like you're paying off stuff still. You're paying off a roof repair, having increased costs for insurance and internet and that kind of thing. So it's like, okay, well, if I need to, it's going to have to be now a need versus want thing. Yeah. Which also sucks.
Yeah, and that comes down to tough decisions. You know, I have a coworker. His wife. He and his wife are very frugal. They cut all the cords. They have their cell phones. Yeah, and that's it. They don't have internet. They don't have cable. They have rabbit ears at their house. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is a guy that works for an electronics place that, you know, you can take advantage of all of these things. He doesn't have any of those.
Yeah.
You know, we get employee discounts of that stuff, and he doesn't want it. And he goes and he pays double, like his car payment. He saves so much money, and he is paying off everything because he has a plan of attack. Mm-hmm. His plan is for him and his wife to pay off his house, their car, her school loans, all that stuff. When they get done, they're selling the house, they're buying a tiny home and some land, and then they're going to go travel with their extra money. They have that plan of attack, you know, and he is nearing 40. Yeah. So they've, you know, they're about middle age, so they've got, you know, an expanse to plan for that, and that's all it takes is having that clear plan of attack and sticking to it. That's really the big things that can get you over those kinds of humps. Because regrets, man, I've got a ton. I'd go on all day, but it's not productive. No. All it does is it makes you feel worse about the current situation. You sit and you stew and you dwell in it.
Yeah.
You know, and it just hurts. It doesn't help anything. It just hurts. And
it's just like it almost has to be like it's kind of like a well, I'm going with the word discipline, but I'm looking at something where it's like you have to get like super, super disciplined. And that's what I did. I did that from like January of last year until it was time for me to buy my condo. I was regimented when it came to the dollars that I was spending. I knew where every single dollar was going. There was no room for anything outside of it, because I knew that I was going to be buying this house and I needed to save as much. And I didn't have a lot of extra because my rent was astronomical. And so, you know, it was just like, nope, I got to cut this. I have to do this. I have to bring this down, you know, bring the heat down a couple of degrees, you know, put on an extra sweatshirt at night, whatever it was that I had to do to try to scrimp it and save it. And the problem, and Tiber kind of pointed this out in the chat room. He said, I think personal finances are greatly neglected in our schools. If you don't learn that stuff from your family, you may not learn it at all. Also, there are strong marketing forces trying to influence you to do exactly what you shouldn't, which is so true. Like,
well, yeah, your money is not doing a business any good in your wallet or in your savings account. It's
Right.
doing better in their wallet. So,
Yeah.
of course they want to take your money. Of course.
yeah, get an extra credit card. You know, I mean, how many times does my bank bug me every month to like open up one of their debit cards that has this blah, blah, blah points and this and this and this? And I'm like, no, you know, the way that I work is that I will only spend what I have, and I never, ever let a balance carry over on my credit card. That's how I manage it. I've never done it. And it's just like, if I don't have it, I'm not spending it. But it takes a lot of discipline to do that, because credit cards.
Yeah, it does.
It's like credit card is like, hey, put it on the credit card, pay it off in installments. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Go spend more stuff. Hey, you've been spending some stuff. Credit limit expanded, increased. Go spend more stuff. It's just this thing that I'm very grateful that I was given that discipline as a child. Like, I was very much like, I knew where, you know, I had to earn my money. I knew where everybody, you know, where money went and everything like that. And it's very hard to learn that as an adult. It's very hard. So, I know that there's people out there who are listening who are just nodding their heads, like frantically going, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I'm dealing with too. Money just slips through my fingers. I spend it as soon as I have it. I don't know how to save. One of the things that I will say that has been a good education for me is to go out on personal finance on Reddit. It's a subreddit called Personal Finance. And it's Reddit. It's reddit.com/r/personal finance. There's so much information out there and it's everything: budgeting, saving, investing, buying a house, buying a car. And so it's just like, you know, credit card debt, how to buy, you know, what are the best credit cards out there to use to, you know, get the full on benefit.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about the information that's out there, because it has helped me numerous times when I wasn't sure about something. Just little ideas, you know, ways to like tuck a little money away that you don't even think about. Just really good stuff. So that's my little bit of advice about, like, in a situation where, you know, you're trying to get your head above water. And in our writer's situation, these guys may actually have a really good advice beyond what I can give about how to help her current situation. Like, you know, because they like, people will post what's going on, and they'll post like their actual, like, their budget, like what they spend on rent and food and car and what's their income, and people will like analyze it and say, this is where you should cut stuff. This is how you could be better. This is how, you know, get this kind of phone plan instead of that kind of phone plan. Because sometimes you just don't know. You just don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You just, I mean, that's the internet is such a great tool for that, but sometimes you just don't know where to look. You don't know who to talk to, or, you know, and don't know what angle people are having. But, you know, the good thing about it, especially, you know, and while she was talking, I looked up the Personal Finance Reddit, and there's a lot here. There's
a ton of stuff there. And so, and I will never proclaim to be an expert ever on that, but I've been very good about being able to tighten my belt. You know, it's the reason why I'm not going to PAX South. You know, I just don't have the additional funds to buy a plane ticket and a hotel reservation and food and all the things that are going on during that time. Even though it's a short time frame, I just don't have it this year. And I knew it. I knew that I didn't, and I had to make that call, because, and it's just, that's the sucky stuff. Like, you know, when you don't have the money to spend, and it's like, I just wish that I well, I did have the money to spend in previous years. Why can't I do it now? Well, the problem is that you don't. So,
Yeah.
And it sucks, and it's awful, but plan of attack. That's always how I get out of these situations, is when it feels like it's despairing, when it feels like it's gonna punch you in the gut. A plan of attack always feels better. Makes you feel better.
Yeah, it definitely does. And I know there's a lot of one thing, if you have multiple credit cards, pay the one off with the least amount of debt first. Like go from the smallest one to the biggest one, as far as like aggressively paying them off. That way you're getting rid of the smaller ones. It's like in WoW when you're doing a boss fight and the ads pop up.
Yeah.
Small little ads. You take out the ads first, and then you focus on the big bad. Same kind of idea. You just take out the little ones and keep going. There's lots of different strategies and lots of different books too that can help you with that, and resources like Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
But for Katie's situation, there's all these different kinds of things. All these different, you have the repairs on the house that you've almost paid off. Well, if the repairs are critical, yeah, definitely focus on them. If they're cosmetic, or if you can live with them for now, if they can maybe be fixed later on. As far as do a kind of prioritizing. It's kind of like taking out the ads first. Prioritize which ones are critical that you need to pay off or you need to deal with, and ones that can wait. Definitely put them on a scale, and then that's providing your plan of attack. Which ones do I have to take care of first? Which ones are the easiest ones to take care of, and then which other ones can be negotiated or be worked around. And where can I cut? Like with your internet, you could say, well, do I, can I take ask the people, like can I get a chart of when I used all my data?
Right.
Look for spikes in the time. Okay, what was I doing then? I decided to watch Netflix for a few hours. Well, maybe I should not watch as much Netflix. Or, if there's ways you can trim it. There's always things that we can do. Of course, like you said, when you were younger, when Katie was younger, she used to eat out a lot. That's something that I still struggle with sometimes, and that's something I need to work on personally, is doing that. It's hard when you're in like 2 or 3 gas stations a day.
Yeah.
I just need to leave my debit card at home. I've been wanting to do that, but I keep forgetting, and then I don't eat breakfast, and then I'm hungry, and the beef jerky looks good.
Yeah. And that's the
So
thing, is like, or you say, if that's the case, like you say, okay, well, if I'm going to stop at a gas station, my budget is this much money. I can only spend, $5 on that, whatever it is, which isn't the best for your health either, because anything that costs you $5 is usually bad for you. And so, but you're looking at it from a plan of attack to say, okay, because I think budgeting is the same connotation as the word diet. It's that restrictive feeling, that craving to want to do more stuff or spend more stuff. But if you, as they always say, don't like take it completely out of your diet, but limit it, keep it in reasonable amounts. Moderation.
Yeah, those words are they have a more positive spin than budgeting.
Yeah, but it's
like
also like
in the chat.
Yeah, and it's like, so I like when they talk about diet, like, hey, you're going out to dinner and you want to have this amazing meal. Maybe you have the amazing meal, but you don't have dessert. That kind of thing. It's the same thing with budgeting in that way too. If you know that you have some money, but you don't have a ton of money, and you want to just kind of, blow it all, to say, I can have some, but I don't need it all.
Mm-hmm.
If you can afford to do that, because it's all like, thinking about life in general. We make thousands of decisions a day.
Mm-hmm.
Every moment of your day is probably consumed with a couple of decisions within that, 15-minute span. Like, what are you going to do? So, if you can kind of tie some of that thinking, to the health of your body too, when you're thinking about, you're not going to buy the whole buy the whole like Blizzard store. Okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, something's on sale. I could buy that, you know.
I made some tough choices last week, I'll tell you.
You did, yeah.
Or a week before last, rather.
Yes.
There were more things that I wanted. And then they put more Overwatch League stuff up. There's an orange shirt on there, Jules. An orange shirt.
I know. And what I did is I didn't even look at any of it. I didn't look at it because I just knew that. I
satisfied my curiosity, but.
Yeah. Yeah, and I said I don't have the money for this right now, so I'm not going to tempt myself with it, you know? Same thing with me and yeah, I know. It's the same thing with me and chocolate covered pretzels, okay? I can't have them in the house because if they're here, they're gone. So I've just chosen not to ever have them in the house because I know that is a trigger. So,
is it just milk chocolate, white chocolate, or both?
Milk chocolate.
See, I'm the opposite. It's white chocolate.
Oh, white chocolate is not chocolate?
I know, but it's delicious.
Oh, no. White chocolate is not chocolate. Now that we've derailed. But you get my point. It's just like, you know, thinking about it from a mindset difference. Because, you know, consequences be damned. It'd be the same thing as being like, you know what? I'll just go and get the pizza and I'll eat the whole pizza. It doesn't really matter. And then you have these huge regrets after you eat the whole pizza. You know, it's the same thing with spending money on something that you didn't need to spend money on. You get it home and you're like, I wish I hadn't done that.
I've done that. That's when I resell it.
Then you resell it.
Yeah, I did that with a couple Funkos. I was like, I really don't need those. I don't really even like those. And so I put them on Facebook and sold them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Send them off to new homes.
Yes.
So those are the things that I would recommend for our writer. Try to help your situation a little bit and understand that, you know, regrets about the past are, you know, yes, it's good to learn from your past mistakes and choices, but if you dwell on them too long, you're stuck. So now it's time for plan of attack. Jump out there, go on Reddit and Personal Finance, check it out, read some stuff, things that might help you with your situation. If you feel so bold, you could post it and have people give you some feedback. Go from there, because I'm definitely not the person who would be the one to analyze your situation to help your income change or, you know, your debt change. I'm not that person, but I can tell you where you can go to find out more info. So anyway, listeners, if you have feedback for our writer, for Katie Derry, you can send in your emails to questions@taurentthinktank.com. You can go on Twitter, because now we have 280 characters. It's almost like you could write a small little novel, and you can go to @TaurenThinkTank and you can tell us your little story, and go from there. Or on Facebook, facebook.com/TaurenThinkTank. And of course, Discord, where you can type as much as you want in an infinite space. tinyurl.com/TTT-chat2 is the Discord. Anything else, Marconin?
No, we just we hope for the best for you, Katie.
Yes.
And
yes.
Yeah, we just hope for the best. That's all I could say.
I know. My heart breaks for you and your kid,
really does,
because I feel you so hard right now. I feel you so hard right now. It's just, it's tougher than tough.
It really is.
Especially around the holidays. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's do some tell us one thing and lighten up the mood a little bit, shall we? Let's do it.
We read your submissions because reading your mind would just be creepy.
That is, and Mark Honan came up with these illustrious questions this week.
Yeah.
You want to read the first one?
Mm-hmm. The first one is, if you could be a character in a holiday movie, who would you be and why?
Okay. So I thought about this a lot, and I'm like, I don't know. And then I decided that I would be in Love Actually, because it's my favorite Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And I would be the girl Natalie in Love Actually, who winds up getting hooked up with the Prime Minister.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, because it's Hugh Grant, and Hugh Grant's pretty hot. So
Yeah.
he's got a little less hot over the years, but in that movie he was pretty hot. So
Well,
he's a little less hot these days, but yeah.
Well,
Yeah, so there's my pick. I had to go over this one a million times in my head, and there's my choice. How about you?
Yeah. Well, this one. So, of course, I could go the easy route and say I wish I was Clark Griswold from Christmas Vacation, because that's my favorite Christmas movie. By the way, I have not seen Love Actually, so I need to fix that.
What?
I've never seen that. I've never seen it.
You are the second person that has said that to me this holiday season, and I think it was Jocelyn who said it.
Uh-oh.
I think it was.
Jocelyn, we got to fix it.
I feel like we need to have... I did this to Jayonce. I'm not kidding. Jayonce and I watched it virtually together through Netflix. We watched it
Is
together.
it on Netflix right now?
Yes! Of course
okay, I'll
it
have
is.
to watch it. See, Kyle in the chat room hasn't seen it either.
Oh my gosh. I might have to host a Love Actually night. Oh my
boy.
God. Because it's my
we could do
favorite
it.
Christmas movie. Come on, guys. There's boobs in it. Let's go.
Oh, Netflix.com. But yeah, so I could go the easy route with Christmas Vacation, but the other one, this one's a little bit different. I would like to be George Bailey from It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
I've had struggles in my life that George has gone through. I've wished that I was never born. I wished that I died.
Uh-huh.
And I think and my mom's in the chat room. This is her favorite Christmas movie. So she understands. I've seen it a lot of times, and it's one of those things where you don't truly know the value that you have until you see what it would be like when it's gone.
Yeah.
The impact that you have in life. And I've been at some really low points in my life a lot of times, sometimes recently.
Yeah.
And, and it's a good reminder that, as like Clarence wrote in the book at the end, he said, remember, George, no man is a failure who has friends. And so no matter how bad things can get, even if you don't have friends, you're still not a failure. Put that out there already.
Right.
But for the journey that he made through it, to go from where he was at the beginning of the movie and then seeing the world without him and how much worse off the people that he cared about is without him, and brought him back and renewed his love of life and love of his family, friends, and of himself.
Yeah.
And so that journey, I think, is a very important one. And that's one of the reasons why I think it's still one of the most powerful Christmas time movies ever.
Yeah.
Because it does tell that story. It does show it. You could do it at any time of year.
Yeah.
But the spirit of the season, of the holiday season, really amplifies that. And so I think that's why I'll take a serious turn and say say George Bailey.
Yeah. I mean, that movie gets very dark. And
it does.
It turns very dark. And of course at the end it's super heartwarming, and everybody cries, and so yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't think that a movie of that nature could have the same impact today as it did when it was made then.
No, but I like that it's, it almost has a timeless feel to it because the themes in it, they're forever relatable.
Yes.
Just all of the heavy emotions with it, and then the uplifting end of it, show, the big payoff at the end. So yeah, that's what I'd like. That's my answer.
Okay.
So
Merry Christmas, Bedford Falls.
I gotta go watch it. I haven't seen it in a
I
while.
know. Look, Daddy. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. I totally woke up Garrus doing that.
That's right.
I'm sorry,
Attaboy,
buddy.
Clarence.
He totally messed up my poor cat doing that. Wow. All right, so we're gonna read what the chat room and the audience had to say through Twitter and Discord. Kyafin says Rosemary Clooney as Betty Haynes in White Christmas. She's living her dream, singing and performing, and helps bring happiness to the general whose inn she's staying in for the holiday. Also, she gets to sing with Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye. She's bright, funny, and no nonsense with the ethics and morals.
That's a fantastic movie. That's one of my favorites as well.
I've never seen White Christmas.
You should, yeah, we need to fix it. It's pretty good.
Okay.
It is really good.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, cool.
It can be a little slow at times, but oh man, it's good. Namiria941 says, I'd be Danny Kaye's character from White Christmas. He gets to sing, dance, and be as goofy as I am. And all of my favorite lines come from him in that movie.
Awesome. Broken Bone says, a rescue elf from the Christmas... I think he means the Santa Claus.
Yeah.
I am close to the right height anyway. How cool would it be to be a tactical elf? I think that it would be just a fun position, even plus Tim... With Tim the Toolman Taylor there, you know the gadgets would be sweet, even though the ones that blow up on you. The Santa Claus, the first one was quite good. The other ones, forget it.
Yeah, they get the world building that they do is interesting, but the movies themselves aren't quite like. I like good world building in movies, and those were good, but what they did with it wasn't as good.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it was cool. GDS MGL says, from my wife, Mr. Duncan from Home Alone 2. He was rich, a philanthropist, and owned the biggest toy store in New York City.
Wolf Tracker says, is it Varys Ellen as Judy Haynes from White Christmas? She's beautiful and can dance incredibly. Is that right? I don't know White Christmas, obviously. So
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You should know. Yeah. You definitely need to see it now with all the White Christmas answers.
Right. I know. I'm like, how many White Christmas answers did we have?
Just enough. Zytam says, one of the people sitting in the courtroom in Miracle on 34th Street. I'm not a very complicated man, and I just want to live a simple life. I would get to see an interesting show, but would just disappear into the background, not be the center of attention.
I like
Plus,
Miracle
it'd
on
be a really
34th
cool thing
Street.
to see.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Ashanka says, Ghost of Christmas Future.
And then Bim, right behind it, the Ghost of Christmas Present.
Memma says, Real Santa, because I would love to give joy to kids. There's never enough joy and wonderment.
That's true. Our good friend Kaz Cosplay says Krampus from the Krampus movie, because monsters.
And Frasley says Kevin in Home Alone. Even though he gets in trouble, I just love his personality. Plus, he's very creative.
That's very true. That's
very
true.
Yes. Awesome. So that's question 1. Question 2, sir.
What is a phrase or quote that comes to mind that helps you when you are stressed?
So I know a thing or two about being stressed out.
Yeah.
Let me just say. And so whenever I am dealing with like long-term stress, as I have been in the last couple of years, it is a mantra basically. And the mantra is always, you can do this. You can do this. You know, because a lot of times what happens in my brain is like, I can't, you know, that voice will be like, this is too hard. I'm not going to be able to do this. It's going to be too, like, no, yeah, you can do anything. So sometimes it's just literally that, you know, from moment to moment or hour to hour or day to day, you can do this. You can do this. And that's what gets me through it.
Yeah.
It's simple.
I mean it's simple but effective.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to get caught up in the, you know, when you're stressed out and thinking that there's just like a monumental amount of work or things or stuff that needs to be worked through, and you're like, I'm never gonna get like moving days, for instance, like. Moving days were some of the worst ones because it's just like, I am never going to make it. I'm never going to make it. It's like, no, And sometimes I do this too. Like, just think, in X number of hours, it's all going to be done. You just have to get through the next couple of hours. Or, you know, short term, like kind of short term thinking it.
Yeah.
Sometimes that helps too.
Definitely. Yeah, it definitely does.
How about you?
Man, there's a couple that I do. When I'm dealing with when I'm stressed out, I try to use music a lot and try to listen to more calming music, and then I start to mostly just calmer music that really kind of grounds me. Will do that. I know you listen. I let you listen to some of that Afro Celt sound system.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Can really. It's got that kind of rhythmic. Just keeps going and just kind of. It has its places and it's very structured.
Yeah.
And it's got that feel to it that helps out. And when it depends on the type of stress, but mostly the music and just kind of resetting my mind to where I'm saying, okay, it's not as bad as you think it is.
Yeah.
Kind of just reiterating that, almost kind of like your mantra, because I've come through very stressful parts of my life and thought about it afterwards, and I see that, that hindsight perspective, and I try to remember that when I'm stressed out, saying, hey, remember you went through this before, here's what you did, you were okay.
Yeah.
Just remember that, trying to talk to myself, and just that's really how I deal with it. Just try to, kind of like you do, keep reciting things and also using music to calm me down.
Yeah. There's power in just kind of a laser focus, and sometimes music really gets you into that laser focus to be like, like almost blinders in a way, to be like, okay, I have to do this. There's nothing else I have. Like, I have to do this. I'm just going to power forward. And sometimes that laser focus is what you need to be like, I've just got everything else be damned. It's what I did when I knew that when I was moving up to Minnesota and I had to drive the cats here because I was so worried about Spike. I mean, obviously, 4 hours in the car, was like this nightmare of thought, because 5 minutes in the car for him is devastating. I was like, and I almost became this Zen-like state. I knew it was going to be bad. I knew it was going to be hard. But it was just this, you can do this, and it's going to be bad. He's going to get upset. There's going to be bodily fluids, and you're just going to get through it. You're going to power through it. And that got me through it. Like, afterwards, I melted down. But during it, I was the picture of Zen.
Yeah. Sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to keep that focus.
Yeah. You
can't stress about something if you're not thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put it out of your mind.
Yeah. You just have to do your thing. So we asked the chat room, I keep doing this. We asked Twitter, we asked Discord, and this is what they said. Kaifin said, any day you can get out of bed and put your feet on the floor is a good day. If it goes awry, you get to try again tomorrow. My dad taught me that. Otherwise, Audrey Hepburn said, nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible.
That's a really good one.
Yes.
I like that. Namiria941 says, I always think of, quote, death is only the end if you assume the story is about you. And that's from Welcome to Night Vale. And of course, from Steven Universe, if every pork chop were perfect, we wouldn't have hot dogs. I like that one too.
That's good.
I like both of them anyway.
I really like those too. Broken Bone says, you quote unquote, you knock me over, but I will get back up again, from the movie Trolls.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Magic Myth Mayhem says, quote, everything will surely be all right. And that's Sakura from Cardcaptor Sakura, which is an anime. And the song, Here Comes a Thought, from Steven Universe.
I don't know that song, but it sounds like it's a good one.
Mm-hmm. I have to look it up.
GDS MGL says, this too shall pass. This is the quote that my parents use.
Mm-hmm. And also Ashanka, I'm going to go ahead and skip and do Ashanka's because he did the same one, then you can do a different one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ashanka also said, this too shall pass.
Yeah, and my parents have said that to me forever.
Mm-hmm.
That's always the one that they've used. And You know, and I'm surprised nobody else said this in the responses, but that which does not kill us makes us stronger. That one is another one that I heard a lot growing up.
Yeah, my band director when I was in college, he had a kidney stone, and so the band decided to get one of those gigantic, oversized greeting cards, like "Get Well Soon" cards. It's like the size of a poster board, and we are all, writing our well wishes and everything. And my buddy Matt's another trombone player. All he wrote was, "This too shall pass," about his kidney stone. I was like, dude,
that's
come
like
on.
Perfect. That's like completely upvoted Reddit gold kind of thing.
Yep. He won the greeting card right there.
He did. He won the greeting card war. Wolf Tracker says things could be worse, and at least you're not homeless in an Illinois winter like you were once. It's a good perspective.
Mm-hmm. Bim says everything's temporary. It's just for now.
Yeah. Rhett Pally Jill says some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. I'm not sure what that one is from.
Kaz says you can do hard things. You can do hard things. It's something my parents always said to me when I was stressed and overwhelmed growing up.
Yeah, that's a great. That's such a great parenting
I like
mantra.
that one. Yeah.
You can do hard things. Like that's an empowerment call, and that's really good. Frasley says, with great power comes great responsibility. As I become more of a leader, this explains why my stress levels increase 100%.
Thanks, Uncle Ben.
Such a true thing, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And you guys gave some great answers. Thank you so much. We will put out our next questions soon. Again, next show recording date is up in the air. But we will, follow us on Twitter, basically. Follow us on Twitter at Tauren Think Tank. Jump in Discord and be a part of the community there at tinyurl.com/TTTchat2. And that is awesome. I realized right now that I forgot to put the /moos from the Discord, but I'm just going to pull them right now.
Okay.
I was just like, I know I forgot to do something, and I did. I forgot to do something. So give me 1 second. I will pull them here. Copy and paste. We're doing it live.
Behold the power of
the internet.
C and Control V.
So I'm going to play the sounder. It is time for /moos. It is. We're picking up from back 2 weeks ago, and starting from Crushinator. Thanks to /moo to my wife for taking wonderful care of me while I'm a big, sick zombie.
Wolf Tracker says, /moo to Tiamu, to my Shuhalo family, the Thunderhoof clan on Venture Co. Sorry. Let me start that over because I totally botched the delivery on that.
Okay.
Sorry, Wolf Tracker. /moo from Tiamu to my Shuhalo family, the Thunderhoof clan on Venture Co. See you next X-Pack.
From Kaiafin, /moo to my guild, Convert to Raid, and my raid team, Gluttons for Punishment. They've been so supportive with the physical issues I've been having. I am truly lucky to have found them. And /moo to my best friend, Becky. She and her family have been helping me with appointments, staying with me after my surgeries, and taking care of me when I couldn't move a lot. I am blessed with a really good friend who is more like family.
That's awesome. From Namiria941, /moo to Broken Bones and 2020 site for their support this week as I deal with family issues.
And from Broken Bones, /moo to Nightmaria941. This is not an easy time. Your fellow Moo crew are here for you.
Absolutely.
I had to do a quick check of Twitter because I don't think we had anything that came in. No, we're good.
And
yay.
that's it.
That's it. We did it. And that, my friends, my co-host, is a show.
It is a show.
We produced a show.
We did.
We did. So anything coming up within the next 7 days that's happening in your neck of the woods?
Oh goodness, what's going on? No, not really anything earth shattering or anything. Still chasing after mounts.
Yes.
Just doing the thing. If we don't do anything on Thursday next week, I may do another mount stream like I did last week. Just didn't get a mount on that, but I got one the next day. So,
woohoo! I love it.
It was really cool. We had a few people in there and ran Siege of Orgrimmar Mythic twice, and then did a few more mount runs, and then it was a good time. Played some nice 80s synthwave music, so very Stranger Things ish, and it was very nice. I had a good time.
The second season of Stranger Things was so good.
Oh, so good.
It was really good.
It was oh man. And the music was perfect.
And those kids are just crazy good. Like, they're such good actors. Oh, I'm sorry, we're derailed again, but we do that sometimes on this show.
It's part of it's part of the experience.
It's part of the experience. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really it. That's going on with me for the next week. So yeah, that's about me. That kind of boring. It's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I'm in crunch time right now because all of a sudden people have decided that they want to order Christmas gifts and they want special orders. So I'm so I have like 3 necklaces that I need to finish before Christmas for people. And
that's why I was wondering why you were making chainmail. For those of you that aren't watching live video, she's been making chainmail this entire episode, just feverishly
making stuff.
It's like a giant blur from my camera. All I can see is like blurs for her hands, and then there's a necklace like every 3 minutes. It's amazing.
He's not telling the truth, but afterwards
What?
I'm gonna be kind of weaving a couple more links into the one that I'm working on right now because I have to get it done. And I have 2 more to do after that. But yeah, so it's been awesome. It's been so cool. And I actually now have a website that I put together this week because people have been asking me. So I did put together a portfolio website of all of my work so that you can see the things that I've done in the past, because a lot of them have already sold and gone to their homes. And it's chainofjewels.com. That is the website. It's very simple. It's clean. It's easy. You get to see the stuff that I've worked on. It has links to my commission form and all that stuff. So, yeah. And I'm excited. I'm excited for these next ones that are about to come in there. Kalani linked it there.
Yeah.
Kalani, I don't know if the www works on the link. You'll have to tell me if it works. Because we tried to do that. Okay, it does. Good. If you don't put HTTP in front of it, it doesn't work. So, but it does. Awesome. Kalani is the best because he helped me set this all up with the domain and all that stuff. And I'm so excited that I have it because now people are like, you have a website? I'm going to show my mom. And so that she can start picking out stuff too for you to make. And I'm loving it. So yeah, I cannot wait to the stuff I'm about to put out there for Christmas gifts for people. It's so cool. So that's what I've been doing. I may be going to New Jersey next week. I may not be. It's hard to say at this point. I'm going to have to make a decision by the end of this weekend. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got. So with that, let's bring this show to a close, and we'll do so just like this. I almost hit the wrong one. Tauren Think Tank is a proud member of the Signals Media All-Star Network. Find out more about the other great shows in the network by going to signalsmedia.com.
Portions of the music and sound effects heard on this show can be found at incompetech.com and freesound.org. You can find us outside of the show on our website, taurenThinkTank.com, which has all of our podcasts and information on how to get in touch with us, too. And it being the holiday season, what would be a greater gift under the tree or in the stocking than some sweet Triple T merch? And if you want to check out some awesome selection of Triple T merch, you can go to taurenThinkTank.com/store and check it out.
Thank you to all who support our show via Patreon. And Patreon is a big news item right now, if you haven't already heard. We may have to put out a message to our patrons soon. We're not quite sure what's going on with Patreon. But
yep.
So I will say, if you'd like to help out Triple T, you can go to patreon.com/TaurenThinkTank. Watch the news, guys, though. I'll promote it, but I'm not sure about it.
Yeah.
You want to meet other than members of the Triple T community, you can join our Discord server, and you really do want to do that. Get there by going to tinyurl.com/TTTchat2.
And for all the social media stuff, you can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/TaurenThinkTank, and at 280 characters or less on Twitter for the show at TaurenThinkTank, for Jules at JulesRPG, and for myself, Marconin, at MarconanWow.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, chat room, for being with us tonight and hanging out every Thursday night at 8 o'clock Central. You can watch us live on the video stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/TaurenThinkTank. And we love seeing you. However, you can listen, write to us, see us on Twitter, talk to us on Discord. We love it all.
Yes, we do.
Marconin.
Jules.
Have a wonderful weekend. Stay warm in those shorts of yours.
You know, I will try. I've gone to work with no pants on since I got the job, and I'm just finally going to get to the point where I'm going to have to put on pants to go to work. And I don't know how I feel about that, so we'll see.
I have no idea, but we'll have to talk to you about your pants, dude. All right, we got to get out of here. For myself, for Marconin, for the entire chat room. Until next time, /moo, everybody.
/moo.
Tauren Think Tank. We make your problems less bad.
This podcast is a part of the Signals Media All-Star Network. For more information on this and other fine shows, go to signalsmedia.com. It's okay to stick our stuff in your ears. Really?
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 We hit that first bumper with 4 seconds to spare. We were down to the 4-second mark. I'm like, oh, okay.
Hey, go.
There you go. Gotta get out of here. Let's go. That's funny. Yes. Really?
This is time for me to go get the kids for school. That's awesome, Miss Tony.
Yes.
Well, you have a safe drive and to go get your kids.
I know, Kai. I know. We miss my streams. It's been hard. Like, I was having such trouble with the camera focus on that I'm like, I don't know. I probably need to invest in a different camera to be able to do the stream better so that you can see the work that I'm making better. But I don't have the money right now to do that. So I was like, all right. It's chainmail the night away. So I have a bunch of these things. These are little beads. These are called seed beads. And this is part of one of the new things I'm going to do in the next couple of days. They're little bitty beads, but it's going to be tied to chainmail. It's awesome.
Itty bitty beads.
Itty bitty beads.
Itty bitty beads. Man,
I'm so happy I have that website finally. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
It's so nice to have that. And you know how it was funny, really cool. How I found out about the place so that's the site that I'm doing it on. I found out about it from another artist who had been doing our designs for the Convert Trade shirts and all the artwork that we're doing. So our lovely artist who works for our screen printer, she shared her portfolio with me because I wanted to see the other stuff that she's done, like with her own personal art projects. And I'm like, this portfolio site is amazing. And then I was realizing what it was, and I'm like, oh my God. And so we called Kalani, and I'm like, Kalani, look at this. And he's like, this looks pretty cool. So yeah. Yes,
that's
Natani,
awesome.
These are 6.0s. These are 6.0 Toho beads. It's gonna be the shaggy loops earrings. I need to make some of those for Jocelyn for her Christmas present because she requested those. So they will be, and she wants them long. She wants them like super long. So I'm gonna make mega long, super shaggy beads, shaggy loop beaded.
Nice.
So pretty cool. And then the other ones that I get to do are for some people in our community that I can't. I don't think they're gonna be. I don't think I'd be spoiled by them listening. But it's for Jerry Lawson, for her mom, and for Carmen Gia, two of them. And I have this beautiful design that I had saved as a kind of inspiration photo, and it is there's like the Mobius flower, which is kind of like that swirly little flower thing that I had been doing. Yeah. It's actually a gradient design, so it's a gradient size. It starts small and it goes big to the front.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and it's in gradient colors too, so it travels. The color travels forward, and the rings get bigger. And I was like, oh my god, this is incredible! And I showed her the inspiration picture, and she's, yep, that. I want that. So I get to try a new design style with that too. Should be pretty cool.
Ooh, Jurassic World 2 trailer dropped during the show.
Yes, you know the one. It's the orange and red one. And that is gorgeous. And I'm going to make that, but I'm going to make it in different colors. Because I saved that photo, and I want to make that.
That is really cool. I need to do some more of those little custom Funkos.
Yes,
I haven't done anything since I finished yours out. I have one.
You can see her. She's right there.
Yep. I can see the corner of the box.
Oh yeah.
Because it's right where your mic is. But yeah, I can see the DIY. Nice. Hey, there she is.
There she is.
Right in between Garrus and She-Ra. Right?
Yes.
Is that Illidan, She-Ra?
Illidan, DIY, and Garrus. And can you see Tracer on the end?
Yep. Yeah, I can see Tracer.
Yeah, so.
Last month's Loot Crate had a custom color of Widowmaker Funko.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Marconin has a different camera that you guys don't see. He's on this side of me, so he can see out to the room. So he can see my room on this side. So.
Yeah, I got the. I had the Loot Crate also came with a Voltron Legendary Defender T-shirt, which is one of the best animes, I guess American-made animes ever. Like it's right up there with Avatar: The Last Airbender as far as quality.
Yeah.
And of how good and how good of a balance they strike between the original like the Japanese characters and stuff, and then how they Americanized it in '84.
Oh wow!
It's the perfect balance of how they did that, and they rewrote a couple things. Fantastic show.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you still getting regular Loot Crates or?
No. I will only get them if there's something that I want in there, and somebody was like, "Hey, there's a Widowmaker color variant of it this month," and I was like, "Here's $20. I'll take it." And then there's a Voltron shirt, and I was like, "Yes, Voltron shirt." I think I've got it. Well, it's across the room, so I'll just have to wear it one day.
There's like a bazillion likes on that picture of Garrus that I posted earlier.
That's such a cute picture.
Isn't that a gorgeous picture? Oh my god! He looked up at me, and I'm like, dude, and he stayed like that. And I'm like, get my camera. If you guys haven't seen it, and he just posed for me perfectly. I was like, that is the most gorgeous picture of this cat I've ever taken.
Yeah, that is just a beautiful picture.
He is so pretty.
Mom.
He's so pretty. I can't stand it. Like that picture makes me just want to give him kisses all over the place. Right? The feet were perfect. And the eyes are perfect. He was completely like, I was like, you're completely perfect. Oh, dude. I might have a mega crush on that cat. I swear. He's got the little neat paws. He's just so damn cute.
Oh yeah. He's adorable. I've got a picture of my dog somewhere. Let's see if I can find it.
I don't know if you saw Whammo had taken a beautiful picture of his dog, Molly.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It was so pretty because she had the Christmas lights behind her. It was like, oh, my God, it's gorgeous.
Let me see if I can get it to show up.
Oh, Axel!
Yep. He's wearing a Christmas sweater.
Look at him! He's so dapper!
Because it's that time of year.
He's so dapper. Oh, what a cutie pie.
Yeah, we just had him groomed.
He's so, that's the best when right after they've been groomed and they just look so neat and tidy and adorable and it's just, and they know it too. They're like strutting around and being like, I'm so cute. I feel good.
Like, I know I look this way. I know I look good. Oh, he's so cute. Yeah, I know it.
I know it.
I
I know I'm adorable. That's hilarious. I need to record my read of Garrus and Liara Mass Effect theme. Yes. That sounds like a great one. All right. I think we're going to get out of here. Let Marcona get some rest because it's been a busy day.
Yeah, and I have to get up super early to stand outside in my no pants at work.
It'd be like, I'm doing my no pants dance.
Oh, yeah. Did we decide on a...
show title.
White isn't real chocolate. Maybe we should say white chocolate isn't real chocolate. Mary Papa Joe.
I like the elevator boss idea.
Yeah.
But I like, honestly, I like what Bim had said, best elevator boss ever.
Yeah. I like that one too.
Okay. We'll do that one.
Mary Papa Joe. Is he cool? Yeah, he's cool.
He's cool.
Mary Papa Joe. That's such a good movie.
I need to see that again now that it's on Netflix. Maybe I can download it onto my iPad. Like, let you do the thing where you can download it and watch it later.
You might be able to. Oh yeah, I was able to do that with Chappie. Yeah, you should be able to.
Yeah, it's certain ones they let you. So certain. I seriously wanted to do it with Gilmore Girls because I've been watching the whole series for the first time, and that's not one of the shows where you can do that. And I'm like, come on, it's not fair. Every night I'm like watching about 5 episodes of Gilmore Girls at this point. Yes.
Yeah,
Bim, have you seen Love Actually, or were you one of the people who have not seen it?
I don't think she has. It's on her list of stuff to watch.
And Marconin, this is a movie that I will request that you find time to watch this year because it is good. It's got Alan Rickman in it.
Yeah. Oh.
It's got Alan Rickman and Emma Thompson and Hugh Grant and
doesn't it have Rick Grimes from Walking Dead? Isn't he in that one?
Him, Keira Knightley's in it. Who else? There's a whole bunch of people that you know in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to watch it.
It's like you'll be like, oh my god, that guy! Oh my god, that girl, because you'll recognize all of them.
Like, I know them from this thing.
All right. Yes, and then if you're in the chat room and you haven't seen it, I say go see it. It's my annual. I have to figure out when my annual Christmas watch is going to be because I have to watch it every Christmas. So last year I watched it on the plane going to visit my parents, and the guy who was sitting next to me. I was watching it on my iPad, and when I got done, he kind of smiled at me and he goes, "It's a good movie." I'm like, "Yep, I know."
I know, right?
Yeah. I mean, that guy had like not said a thing to me the entire trip, and at the end of when I was done with the movie and we were like landing, and he's just like, "Yeah, it's a good movie." I'm like, "I know." Like I said, there's a couple boob scenes in it, and I'm trying to like angle it away from like people so they don't see it as I'm watching it on the plane.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Happy Thursday, happy weekend, and we will see you. Some of you, the Minnesota Meetup, and rest of you, we'll see very soon. /moo, everybody.
See you guys. Have a great weekend. /moo.